All right, good morning. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. Let me talk to you about the standard. The standard. We here straightway, we do have a very high standard. A high standard of morality, values, ethics in our community. However, we don't impose our moral system, our value system on anyone else. However, we do expect for you to act like us, even though it may not be in your spirit too, but at least to act like us while you are here. We are very honorable people. We give honor to everyone, every single person. We treat everyone with great respect. And that is the truth. And a lot of times it's a shock. It's a culture shock to a lot of people to actually see that people genuinely have real, true care for you. And that's us as a ministry. Yet at the same time, we don't impose our value system on anyone else. But we do expect that when you come here, that, you do as we would. Now, because when we go out to other places, because we live around each other all the time, the saints do, and we see each other every day, and this is just not an environment conducive for sin. Because we're around each other a whole lot every day, when we go to other places, people don't have any correction for us. They don't have any correction for us. There's nothing that they can really, truly correct us on. As a matter of fact, they're just overwhelmed that people can respect their property. They're overwhelmed that people can respect their customs and their traditions. When we go to other people's place, we don't come there to seek to change your homestead. We're not there to seek to change your church or the traditions of your church. We're there just to be a light, and that's it. That's it. I have been living set apart for 25 years. You hear me? That means, think about this. I go days without even having any interaction with people in the outside world out there. When we're in our community, we're in a place of safety and a place of contentment and a place of peace. That's where we're at in the community here. And I know that a lot of people, they think that they're missing a lot out there in that world if they were to actually adopt a lifestyle like this. But when you look at the Bible and you read it, you see that our people were a tribal people. They stayed around each other. Whenever they were around each other, they did not learn the ways of the heathen. And that's the problem we have today, because think about it for a second. Most of you say you're Israel, and yet still you soak yourself, you immerse yourself with the heathens every single day. It's hard for the residue, the attitude, and the ways of the heathen to not impose themselves or even rub off on you if you're going to be around them every single day. When you're around worldly people, you will behave worldly, you will act worldly, and you will think worldly. But when you're around righteous, set-apart saints, that's pretty much just going to be your standard operating procedure on a daily basis. Is that making sense? In other words, there's an old saying, you are the company you keep. And it is true. But we thank the Father for this, but it's a sacrifice, and everybody's not willing to make the sacrifice. I don't know what people think they're missing, but if you go back and you look at the law, it clearly tells you that Yah's intention for Israel was to stay away from the pagan heathen nations, not to make any leagues with them, not to marry their children, not at all. Don't even do that, because what they would do is turn your heart away from the law of Yah. And of course, now we got a religion today that does everything it can in its possible, in all its strength, to turn people away from the law of Yah. It's just utterly amazing. And when you are around people like this, they will infect you like cancer. So you have to work diligently at setting yourself apart. You really, really, truly do. But that's totally up to you. You follow me? It's totally up to you. Many of you are going to be coming here for Passover. Again, we are very disciplined people. All you have to do is go back and look at videos from previous Passovers, how we carry ourselves and stuff, and you'll fit right on in. As a matter of fact, there's two things that people always say about straightway when they come, especially if they're first time visiting. Two things. First thing they say is this. They say, man, there's so much peace here. I've never experienced this kind of peace before in my life. Then the next thing they say is, man, there's a lot of love here. Genuine love. There's no put on. There's no show. It's real. And that's what we are. And the book say that, by this all men shall know you are my disciples, by the love that you have one for another. That's us. So anyway, I just thought I'd go ahead and answer that when people ask about the standard. You have a wonderful day.